Hey, what's going on, guys? Os with Gone in 60. My Supra arrived damaged, and I didn't want to tell you guys in the reveal video, but it didn't come perfect. So let me talk about it. Let me tell you guys where I bought it from. Let me tell you the damage. Let me tell you what has happened since then. And for whatever reason, this continues to happen. All right, so before you guys roast me, no, I did not fly out to where I bought the car from. I didn't want to drive it home. I bought this car from Toyota Maryville in Indiana, and I'll cover prices, specs, everything for you guys. But realistically, got it for a great price, great deal, great to work with. And I'll talk a little bit more about my experience with the dealership a little bit later on. But I took delivery of the car. Nothing from transport caused damage for the car. I did ship it on an open trailer. I've shipped it in enclosed. And if you guys watched my Camaro video, when I first took delivery of that, there were several dents, several issues with that, and I was pretty distraught. And I'm always trying to better myself. I'm always trying to improve. And at the end of the day, it's just a piece of metal. It's just a car. But I do love my cars. And so I didn't want to make my reveal video similar to my Camaro video, where it was just focused on so much negativity and a bad experience, because delivery day should be the best day for an auto enthusiast. Really, it's better than Christmas. It's up there high on the list for us. And so I didn't want to kind of rain on that. And since then, I've been able to make some adjustments. So I've had the car for a month, and I just barely shot the reveal video for you guys last week. And so I've fixed a lot of the stuff, and let me cover kind of what happened. So there's a few things. There were some scratches on the car. So there were two deep scratches above my driver's side door handle, and that they were deep enough that water would literally stop flowing past them. You could feel them with your fingertip or your fingernail, and I was just super worried that I would even be able to even get those out. And then back on both rear wheel fenders, there was like probably a 2 to 3 foot line on there where I think plastic was on them, and the rock and debris, it looked like it scratched it, and it did. And I think, these cars are shipped from Austria, so they have a ways to go. There's a lot of weather. Who knows how long they've set out and everything. And then back on my driver's side rear fender area, it had a dent in it. And I'll share some screenshots for you guys to be able to see some of the different damages. I didn't capture the really long scratches. And so I'm pretty distraught about it. I noticed it immediately when I took delivery. I washed the car. The paint on the car actually is really good in terms of quality wise. I had those scratches, and the dent I knew could be pulled. It was the scratches that I was worried about, those long ones, but I was mainly worried about the ones on the door where they're that deep where I could feel them in my fingernail. And so rather than freak out, I called the dealership the next day, and I just said, hey, look, guys, I know I took delivery of the car. A lot of people, that's why a lot of people fly out to get the cars, drive them back or fly back. I didn't want to pay the money. And today's car market's just crazy. And I knew that there would be some issues with it. I was a little bit more realistic this go around. And so I contacted the dealership, and I explained to them the situation calmly. I said, hey, look, I'll pay to have the dent out. I have a dent guy. He doesn't charge me very much. But I said I would like for you guys to pay for a full paint correction on the car to try and get these scratches out. And I took it to Lux Auto. It's about $500, $550. And so I told them about the situation. I said, look, I get it, stuff happens. I just wanted to give you guys an opportunity before I left you a review, to see if you guys want to fix it. I'm not demanding you guys fix this, but I just treat me fair. Just try and treat me right. And so needless to say, they cut me a check for the $550, sent it to me really fast. I took my car to Lux Auto here in Utah. I got some paint protection film installed on the front. They did a full paint correction on the car, and all of the scratches came out, and that was a relief. I didn't think at all the scratch here on my driver's side door would come out, because literally it stopped water. You could feel it with your fingernail. It was deep. 2 deep scratches, but all those came out. The dent I got taken out. It's funny, and as we own these cars, guys, like I literally drove my car to the DMV before I put paint protection film and everything on it, and I had a rock hit my roof that dented it that I had to take out and rock chip. It's gonna happen. And but at the end of the day, Toyota Maryville, it was just a drastically different experience working with them versus my previous dealership that I worked with in Texas. And even though that dealership in Texas did me wrong and I shared texts with you guys, I've never put them on blast. I've never highlighted them on my channel, but Toyota Maryville, they did nothing wrong. They went above and beyond for me, and I would buy another car from them. They treated me fair. I'll talk about the pricing and negotiations on other stuff, but they didn't even question it. They're just like, yeah, hey, it's all good, because the transport driver, he noted upon pickup that there's a couple scratches on there. Now, he didn't notice the dent or anything else, and that's why I didn't hold him accountable to that, because realistically, if you're doing it right, don't do what I do. Fly out there, spend all the money, fly back, spend all the money, or drive the car back, inspect it, you know, because at the end of the day, once that car technically leaves their lot or it's in your possession, there's no guarantee. And I knew that when I got it. My Camaro, I think I was had a little different mindset, but at the end of the day, they treated me fair. They treated me right. They paid for my full paint correction to get those scratches out, which was great. And so all I had to pay for was the paint protection film. So at the end of the day, guys, my Supra, it wasn't perfect. It came with damages, and honestly, driving it 10 miles down the road to the DMV, I got damage on it, and it's going to happen on these cars. And so since I put some rock guards, I have paint protection film on it, I feel a lot more comfortable like in driving it. But I didn't want my reveal video to be a downer, because I don't know what it is, and maybe it's always been this way, and maybe I'm just picky, but I have had a really hard time buying new cars and having them be in new condition, and maybe they never will be. But at the end of the day, I was okay with my method and what I went through this. Did I learn from my Camaro experience? No, but in some ways, yes. I didn't overreact. I just told them, look, guys, if you want to do something about it, this is how I feel. I feel like, hey, I'll cover this if you guys cover that. And it all worked out. And I'm super happy with the car. I don't regret buying it, and I didn't know if I could get all that damage out, but I got it out. I just didn't want to make a super downer, negative review video for you guys. But guys, as you're buying cars and you have a chance to go inspect them on site, get down next to the car, like almost your face up against the paint, and make sure the sunlight's hitting it in a different direction. See if there's any waves as you kind of go back and forth. Those are dents, and there's a lot of things that at the end of the day you should be inspecting and looking for. There's scratches. These dealerships, they don't know how to wash cars in transit, especially if a car coming from Austria or other places. There's so many places that these cars and different things are coming from. But at the end of the day, guys, I don't regret my purchase. I'm super happy with it. But as you guys buy new cars and you have a chance to go on site to pick them up, make sure and take your time to inspect them. And maybe I'm overly picky, but guys, just because you buy a new car doesn't mean it's new. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next video.